You know what? I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna bring you over here. I got my little gorilla pod here. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Perfect. All right. Now, for this bend, I don't need my blow hose because I don't need to blow in the glass. Okay? But I'll show you again. We've got our marks on the glass, and we're going to heat this section. We're going to heat that much glass and make the bend. Okay? So here we go. See, I can adjust however long I want to make that bend. I put it up here to my marks. I want to heat that much glass. Now, it's important that we heat the glass all the way around, real smooth. We want real even heat. Really even heat. Now she's starting to loosen up right now. Okay, we just hit the molting zone. Now you see this is, whoa, okay? She's not quite ready yet, especially because I just took it out of the fire. As soon as I come out of the fire with this, it starts cooling instantly. So I need to get it good and hot. Now I'm going to the pattern with it, and I'll make the bed. All right, sweet. Okay, now I want to show you what I was talking about as far as running back into yourself goes. Okay? So let me come and grab you guys. All right, this is the bend I just made right here, okay? We had this like that, and then I just pulled it up here. Now this is what I mean about running into yourself, okay? There's only one bend that I can make next, and that's going to be this one, because I want to get this length of glass down here and out of the way so that I can come mark this here, finish this bend here, and not run into this piece of glass. If I made this bend now, I would run into this piece of glass and it'd be over the top of it. You can't have that. So I'm gonna mark and make this bend right here, and then I'll come back and I'll make this bend right here. All right? So back to the crossfire we go. Put you guys right back over here. That doesn't look right to me. Here, let me try this. Try this angle. See how this works out. I know I'm moving you guys all over the place like crazy, but hopefully we can get some good video here. How's that look? Yeah, that's cool. Now you can see both the fire and the pattern. Okay, I got to move my cork to the other end. Put the adapter up in this end. Take my chalk. Make my mark where I'm going to make this bend. Let's make the bend. Back to the fire. Going to heat about an inch long length of glass, keeping my mark right in the middle of the area that I'm heating. Today is Saturday. I generally don't work on Saturdays, but I just got so much work, I have no choice. A lot of glass to get done. This job alone is a big job. So I'm heating the bottom. Now you can see just only the bottom I'm heating. I'm letting that glass full flow down to the outside. Here we go. Back to the pattern. Line everything up. All right, awesome. All right. Now that I've gotten to this point here, what I have to do is I have to go back up and back to the ribbon burner, and I'm going to make my marks from here to, about here, and I'm going to make this bend here, okay? Then we're going to come up here and we're going to put the electrode on it, all right? So for this ribbon burner bend, I'm going to try putting you guys a little bit closer for this one, maybe so that you can actually see it on the pattern when I come back with a hot glass. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mark again with my chalk how much glass I want to heat, and over to the ribbon burner I go. Now, this is a non-asbestos block, okay? This is the block that I use to press down the glass to keep it nice and flat, okay? So let's go ahead and make this bend here. Make sure that everything's out of my way from when I come out of the fires to the pattern. I'm only gonna have a very short amount of time to make this bend happen. I'll be right back, but I'll talk to you at the same time. So, I got a friend that's coming over this afternoon. He's a professional videographer, and he's going to do some shooting down in my shop with my cigar box guitars and stuff. Projects I've been working on. He's got some other stuff he wants to do, I don't know. But that should be really interesting. And he said he's got some information for me as far as some software goes, so that I can do some editing, start doing some editing, so I won't be carrying you guys all around the shop to do silly stuff like this. Okay, here we go. Ready? Whoa-ho! Whoa-ho! Take the block, I press it nice and flat. I'm going to show you the bend I just made. You'll see now the G is starting to take place, okay? Can you see that? I just finished the top here, okay? Now we're going to continue to work on the G, because the top of the G, I meant to say, because I want to show you guys how I put an electrode on. So you get to see a weld and everything, and a what they call a housing bend, where the electrode actually gets plugged into a housing, okay? Now let's go back to the crossfire here. So I want to put you back up on this tripod here. How's that? Oh, come on, baby. Sorry about this. How's that? That's good. That's good. Okay. Now I made my mark for my bend, put my blow hose on, because we're going to use the crossfire. Back to the fire. So that should be pretty interesting this afternoon. Do some filming, drink some PBRs, you know, Saturday afternoon. I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to spend all day here. I am not in the mood. But I did want to take time to show you guys a little more in depth of what's going on. I'm heating the back of the bend, back of the bend, back of the bend. Here we go. There's the bend, back to the pattern. All right, where's my block? Keep it nice and flat. I gotta bring you guys back over here to show you what's gonna happen next, okay? I gotta get an example to show you. Okay, I got an example here. Oh, let me grab you. Okay, this is where we're at right now, okay? We got to do this. We just made this bend right here to come up. Now this is a bend that's going to come up, over, and then straight up. And it's going to look just like one of these. That's what it's going to look like when I'm done. Okay? One of those. It's called a housing bend. Okay, I'm going to put you back on a tripod and we're going to make this bend. Show you how I do this. It's gets kind of intricate, tricky to get your marking right now. This is super critical. You gotta hit these dead nuts. If you're off at all, the unit is not going to fit, and that's not good. Then it means start over and make a new unit. So you got to be dead on when you make these bends. Now these get a little bit tricky. I need to grab a couple electrodes. Hang on one second. Alright, I want to show you. Here's the electrodes okay, right here, before they're welded on. You got one that's closed off and you got one that's got a tube on it, okay? And again, the one with the tube is how we connect it to the manifold so that we can pump it. Now, another tool that I use, this is called an electrode holder. This is what holds my electrode for me so that I can weld it on. Okay? Here we go. Now I gotta take my file that I showed you because I gotta cut this glass. Use this one here. What I do is I score it and tap it. That's it. Chopped it right off. Alright, let's make this bend. This gets funky here. You know what? Maybe I want to give you better angles of these bends because these are really kind of tricky and intricate bends, and I want you to see how these bends are made, how they're done. Come on, baby. Come on. I just gotta adjust it here. Alright, let me see if I can even... Okay. Let me see, I can straighten you out just a little bit. Alright, cool. Alright, here we go. We're going to weld this electrode on. Okay? I got the end of the tube, and I got the electrode. This needs to go on here. So I get them good hot. Now I've made the connection. I'm evening the glass out in the weld so it's nice and even. If I leave it too thick in one area, it'll crack. There it is. Now I align it nice and straight. All right, now the next bend. This bend is tricky because it has a bit of a dip in it. You'll see that, so that my electrode doesn't stand too high. This is called a dip bend. Not much different than doing a 90. When I'm heating the back of the bend, I let it sag a little bit further. You're going to see that right now. Okay, see that sag? Heat the back. I'm heating the back. I'm heating the back. Sagging that glass. Here we go. There's the bend. Okay? Now we got to bend it the other way because it's upside down right now. Now we got to come back this way. Pretty confusing? It is. And this is going to complete the top of the inside of the G. I'll bring you guys back over to the pattern, show you where we're at, show you where I'm going to go next. Heating the back of the bend. This is a double back. We haven't done a double back yet. You ready? Here we go. Double back. Whoa! Boom. All right, I gotta grab you guys, bring you over here and show you. Check this out, I nailed it. Dead nuts, you see? If I line this up here, right on the pattern where it's supposed to be, you look straight down on that housing. There's dead nuts over that X. That's the way it has to be. Okay, so there's where we're at so far on our letter G. The next bend I'm gonna make is gonna be right here. And then what we're going to do is continue right up and around to the top of the G. And then we're going to go over to the L. GL in glass. Oh, let me zoom out. There we go. Okay, yeah, this is going to be the next bend right here, and then I'm going to start working my way up here, right around the top of the G. So anyhow, I hope that gives everybody an idea as kind of a part one what goes on in my neon shop. How the glass is bent, a little bit about the tools, a little bit about the different stations I have here. Sorry about all the shaking and running you around here, but I knew this was going to be kind of tricky to film. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that. Keep an eye out because I'm going to be having a segment here in the next couple days about pumping and processing the units, and you'll actually get to see them light up. So anyhow, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you folks soon. Thanks.